Haven't even started tweaking the RGB on the power supply, and it's already twerking its thing. I love that the default on most of these things is just like absolutely horror unicorn honk. That is, I'll update all of the software for the RGB on the fans. And yeah, I'll reorientate that and change all the CAD and all that sort of stuff in a minute, and then you can play around with all of the RGB. You can see the RGB already on the Gskill. But yeah, so it always makes me chuckle. I like these Thor power supplies because they always provide you with the readout of how many watts you're using. So if anything suddenly starts going super tanky on your PC, you can always just like see, oh well, I'm pulling like well over. This is a 1,000 watt power supply. They build them to be like 112, so it can hit 111 before it will shut everything down. You won't stress it out. You've got the 3060 Ti in there and an i7 13th gen. I mean, I very much doubt you're going to hit a bottleneck with that. But yeah, I mean, if anything does go like super tanky, if it starts chugging for no apparent reason, then you just look at your power supply and see if it's like pulling. I mean, that's just idle at the moment. But yeah, if you're playing games and stuff, it'll be up to 200, 300, 400 watts. Yeah, so I'm just about to start installing Windows now. So I've just got the BIOS open, just double checking everything's all installed. So it's recognised the M.2 drive. Yeah, so I'm just going to start working my way through that. Sorry it's taken me so long. Obviously a lot of things going on with family and stuff. But yeah, I didn't want to, just start working on things and getting them all stressed out, not getting it correct. I'm sure you'll probably notice that the AIO is, well, the correct way for an engineering standpoint, because if you have the reservoir with the pipes, which they always take photos of them with the pipes at the top or the AIO at the top, the air collects at the top of the radiator, and you get a gargling noise after a little while, and that can start from weeks and weeks of having a freshly new build, and it bugs the head. And also when it's this way round, because all the air collects at the top of the radiator, which isn't interfering with the pump, it's not going into the pump or anything like that, it lengthens the life of the AIO, so you get a full well, I suppose easily 7 or 8 years out of these AIOs. I mean, I've had one running in my server PC for 6-7 years, and I only changed that a couple of years, about a year ago, to be honest with you, and that was only just because it was. I'm sure it was probably dead inside, but it wasn't overheating or anything. It was still probably could have run, but I'm sure corrosion inside of it was probably eating itself apart. I'll tidy up all the cables a bit more. I like the sort of the sweeping cable motion you've got here. So you've got a nice sweeping cable back there, cable sweeping, and around the back here, once I've put the back panel on, you'll see those cables slightly through there, but they'll all be nice and uniform. But yeah, it's looking good so far. I'll get all the CAD software installed, and yeah,